Hello, and welcome back to Hear Me Scream number 12. And I'm impressed with myself. I mentioned this how many times, but yeah, I'm consistent. I'm proud of myself. Clap, clap. Anyway, this week has been not busy, but it has been really good, not gonna lie, because I went to therapy for the first time, and it was like, what an amazing experience, not gonna lie. Like, when I was nervous as hell because my first time, and how should I discuss this? Like, will he think it's dumb? Because and it's not, and one thing I found out about therapy is it's not just about if you're facing something like depression or anything, those sort of stuff. It could be literally be about anything, like any sorts of trauma. And it's like, so when I went there and I was expecting him just to start off saying, what's my problem, why am I here? He literally started from the start, from when I was a child, and I was like, yo, this is so weird. And in the end, it's been an hour, and then it's like, didn't even notice that it's been an hour, and it was such a great experience. So I recommend therapy. It's really good. Even though it's where I got it for free. I don't know how it is everywhere else. I'm pretty sure in America you have to pay for it. Oh well, sucks to be them, I guess, at the moment. Honestly, what's up with America? It's weird. I'm not even in the. Yeah, I don't know. This is such a weird beginning, but therapy is great. Will recommend it. And other than that, this Monday I've actually been to the beach for the first time. And it was so nice. It was so, I had a day off from the army as well, so it was just so nice to hang out with my parents again. It was great. Anyway, other than going to therapy, there's literally, and it feels like as though I've missed a couple of weeks of the podcast, because I don't know, but looking at the schedule, it seems yeah, I've been doing it for a week, every week, but it feels like I haven't, and it's weird. It's correct, I'm doing it right, but it feels wrong. I don't know why. Maybe because my time contract has been absolutely destroyed thanks to the army. Now it's wake up, do this, go back to bed, and it sucks because pardon me. Oh god, I'm such a professional. Doesn't help. So it's but one thing I am looking forward to is the thing is with the army, it's only a year, and I am over dramatic, I could say, when it comes to the army, because I fucking hate it, not gonna lie. But it's only been a year, but and it's only a year, but I've been thinking once I'm done, I can go out, finally have the world in front of me. And I know people are gonna be oh, but the real world is so much scarier, so much more harsher. And I'm obviously, but that's just fun of it, isn't it? Fun in a weird sort of way, I could say, because I can finally do adult stuff, pay taxes and stuff. I don't know how to pay taxes, but I feel it's people act as though oh, they should teach how to do taxes in school. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure taxes is just a 30-minute lesson, and afterwards you can easily do it by yourself. But I could be dead ass wrong. It doesn't help that I don't have a job or anything, but that's what I feel it is. Anyway, enough about life and the future. I'm feeling very nostalgic lately because I've been playing through Pokemon X again, because in the army you have so much free time if you don't do if you're not on duty, especially on the weekend in the afternoon. So I've been playing a lot on my 3DS again. I was thinking of bringing my Switch because it's portable, but it's I think it's too early to be that one person to bring it all over there, even though we're only 8 people. So that's besides the point, but I did bring my 3DS, and it's been fun. I've been playing old games again, and one of them was Pokemon X, and I absolutely adore that game, especially the music. It's I don't know if I mentioned it on my no, I remember now. I did a Pokemon commentary video on a video by MangaCon, and that was 3 months ago. But when I was doing, I remember I wanted to do a section talking about how great X and Y and Sun and Moon were. But then I never ended up doing it because it was such a mess, that part. But when I was playing X and Y, X, not Y, I actually prefer Y. No, it's weird because out of every generation, there's always one version that I always prefer, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I like Sapphire, Diamond and Pearl. I always like Diamond. It's there's always one that I just like more than the other. But Pokemon X and Y, I love both the versions. I can't choose just one. But anyway, one thing I loved about, also when it comes to Pokemon, I'm pretty sure I'm one of the minorities. I think that 3D models look better than 2D sprite. I don't think 2D sprites for Pokemon are really great because most of them can look really bad. And when I don't mean bad as it's drawn badly or the design is badly. It feels like very compressed compared to 3D model, because like when you do 2D art, sometimes you will not be consistent, but with 3D models, you're always consistent, and I just love that about the 3D model Pokemon. And they're really well made, especially in Sword and Shield, where they can actually be shown full HD and colorful. And I just prefer 3D models. So like X and Y, and those games look great, not gonna lie, for the 3DS. Sure, I see some people commenting on some videos on X and Y saying like the game looks bad, but like that's what happened when you stretch out the game screen to something that was not intended to do. Sure, you can mod it, but that's a whole nother subject, honestly. And the neighbors are being absolutely loud, Fox, but I'm not the one to judge. I always scream into the microphone sometimes. Anyway, oh wow, that was so weird. So when I was playing through X and Y, it's such a fun, like especially the music. I just adore X and Y's soundtrack. It's like everyone was pulling their A game, and when I mean everyone, I mean Shota Kageyama and Minako Adachi. I'm not saying Hitomi Sato. I'm pretty sure there were only 3 composers for this game. I'm not saying Hitomi Sato didn't do her best, but like I still think her best was Diamond and Pearl. And X and Y, Shota Kageyama absolutely just amazed it, honestly. It's so sad that Shota Kageyama is not in the Game Freak studio, but he's like a freelancer now. And I absolutely adore his work, and I'm excited to see what his next project will be. I think he started working on Idolmaster, I think it's called, but like I am not into that series. Like I wonder, are they the same as Love Live? Because I know I hear some songs of Love Live. Like I know absolutely nothing about Love Live, but Private War and Shocking Party are an absolute bangers of a song. But like I should really research this sort of crap. Another game that I've been really nostalgic, and that's Super Mario Galaxy, and that's because I've been playing it on the Super Mario 3D collection. And like I bought it this week along with Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE Encore. It sucks because I have no time to playing it, so every time I have a day off, I make sure to play like half an hour on each game just so I can feel it. I've been doing that with Hat in Time as well, and I can say confidently now that I absolutely love Hat in Time. But with Super Mario, the 3D collection one, the only game I played in that collection was Super Mario Galaxy, and I played that as a kid. And I absolutely loved that as a kid, even though I managed to 100% it with Mario. I never went around to do Luigi's part. I don't know why. Hopefully I can do it this time around if I have the time. But we'll see. But I've been playing that and I absolutely love it. But it was also the first time I was playing through Super Mario Sunshine. Oh god, I always burped in this. I should stop drinking gassy stuff during recording. Put that aside. But it was also the first time I ever played through Super Mario Sunshine. As a kid, I always wanted to play the game because it just looks so darn fun. But actually playing it through the first time, god, it's like, oh god, it's like the game was made 18 years ago. And it's true. And it's so hard getting into it. It's like Kingdom Hearts all over again. I will probably play the beginning of it, drop it, and then pick it up again. And absolutely love it. That's been happening a lot. And yeah, that's what, and it's like, it feels old, like the controls feel old. So when I go through Super Mario Galaxy or Hat in Time itself, where they're fine-tuned the platforming, it feels weird. It's not bad, far from it, but it's like, it's an 18-year-old game. I can't really fault it for much, can I? The music is so great. I think Koji Kondo and some other dude did the soundtrack, and like, I like it. It's good. It's still not a banger. It's like, it's nice. I like tropical areas. It's just so nice. But Tokyo Mirage Session was another game. Like I remember it was announced, like in the beginning it was announced like Shin Megami Tensei / Fire Emblem, and people were like, oh, what is this game's gonna be about? Is it gonna be this or that? And then it came out with another trailer, and it just destroyed everyone's expectation for the game of what it could be. And it's like, you either loved it or hate it. And honestly, I loved it. The first music I ever heard was the Reincarnation. Such an amazing song to start off, even though I absolutely hate Kiriya design. That fucking leather panty, that's like, yeah, that's just dumb. And also, controversial opinion again, second time in a row, but I actually think the censor design for some of the characters like Kiriya and Tsubasa feels song. They just look so much better than the fucking original version. Like for Tsubasa in her music video for Feels, like, I'm just wearing a black bra, nothing else. At least in the fucking censor version, like the Western version, it didn't it covered it up, I guess, not really, but it just makes it look much more fashionable. Just saying. And another thing I don't like about the game so far is like I've only played like 2 hours of it. Like how many fucking times like there's a character shot of her fucking breast. It's like, oh god, I can tell this is a fucking anime game I don't play in front of my parents, that's for sure. And it's just a shame because there's so many good things about this game, like the characters and dialogue, they're just an absolute joy. But then you just have like, oh, that's just an anime trope, I can tell this was done by Atlas. But other than that, the music is great and the character is great so far. I haven't gone far, I just managed to get to the part where they do the concert of reincarnation and that's it. I don't think I'll be able to play tonight. I've been really good. I've just been really into having time, especially the music for that game. Holy crap, the Pascal Stiefel, I think his name is absolutely first time ever listening to his work, and it's like, oh my, it's just so good. And there's these 3 games, they're really good. I like them. Especially Hat in Time. Also, I started the DLC for Hat in Time, like the cruise one, but I think I'm gonna skip that one. I did the first timepiece for that, and I'm gonna go straight to the Yakuza one because like I'm fucking weeaboo trash. I just want to do that. So that's and speaking of feeling nostalgic, it's so weird because people act as though feeling nostalgic is such a sad and bad, and not just a sad experience or memory. I never saw it that way. Every time I feel nostalgic, it makes me feel really happy because like, oh yeah, at that point in life, it made me really happy and I love it. And I don't feel sad about it. It's like, I don't long for those days because I feel like it's a dumb feeling to have, longing. It's not a bad feeling, mind you, but it's like, they make me happy. Like I remember last summer, I remember playing through Final Fantasy 15 for the first time, and I've always remembered just making coffee in the morning and eating some really nice sweets and cookies before going to work. And that memory feeling makes me feel really happy every time I think about it, and makes me like, oh yeah, this is why I love Final Fantasy 15 so much, to the point where I replay the game and I'm like, oh yeah, I really like that game. And that happens to a lot of games, like with X and Y now. When I replay the game, it makes me remember the time. I remember, it's like 2013 that game came out. I remember I was annoying my brother, like, yo, buy me this game. I have money. Put it in your car, like with his debit card, because I could not find a physical version of X and Y at all. So I had to force my brother to use his credit card. And I bought it, and I remember playing the hell out of it that night. And I also remember I was helping my little cousin playing the game, like that one puzzle in Perfume Palace. I don't know, not Perfume Palace, Parfum Palace, I think it's called, with the fur. I remember he got stuck on that one, and maybe because it's the Professor Layton in me that's like, haha, dumbass. But like I solved it for him, and he was really happy, and like made me happy, and I love that. Also, the music is also really good. Another nostalgic feeling I have is always ordering video game, like forcing my parents to buy me a game, because like where I'm from, if it's not the modern game everyone is clanging on, then I am never ever going to find it. Like there's so many games in my library that I order through online because I just could not get it. Also, it's for the Wii. Back then, I just could not find game except for my favorite game of all time. I fucking found it on one of my, not even local game store. It's just like a toy store for little children. They have this small electronics section for like old video games. Like I could find PS2 copies of Parappa the Rapper and a DS, and then a 3DS and a 2DS. It's like such a weird selection. And then in the corner of it, there's like 3 Wii games, and one of them is like a game that's like my favorite game of all time. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm not going to say what game that is because I'm saving that for a whole other podcast. And all I can say is I fucking love that game so much. But like, I remember like Okami and Super Mario Galaxy 2 as well, and weirdly enough, Bakugan and Club Penguin, that they have games for the Wii. I remember telling my parents, buy them for me, and then I will just wait a couple of months, even weeks or months, because like traveling costs a lot, apparently, like shipping. But when they arrive, I will always remember, like I will always sleep as a kid, because what the hell should you do? I will hear my mom knock on the door, give me a package, and then I would just squeal because, oh crap, I know what it is. Another nostalgic feeling I have, it's not even towards video game, but like around Christmas time, I always get this weird feeling of watching a playthrough of Clocktower 3 for the PS2. I've never played the game. I'm not really into Clocktowers. Like I want to play the first one for the SNES, like ROM hack it or something, because that seems like a good game to play. But Clocktower 3 I will always associate with Christmas time. No, God, you can hear that. I picked that up, definitely. And I will always associate that game with Christmas time. I don't know why. And the game is actually okay. I don't think it was a bad game. But when it's Christmas time, I'm like, I need to watch an entire playthrough of that game. And what a game that I played during Christmas time is Poké Park Wii for Pikachu's Adventure for the Nintendo Wii. I remember it. I got that gift. I got it as a gift at Christmas. That's why I like it in Christmas, by my grandmother. And like the game is actually just okay. Like the controls are awkward as fuck, but gosh darn it, is it adorable and such a relaxing game to play. Even though I'm an 18-year-old now, I was like, yeah, I want to play that game through again. It's like, didn't help that I never 100%ed it as a kid because I had no idea how. And it's always been like 2 years ago where I've actually 100%ed it. It's like, yep. And it's always Christmas time. I never played the game, only in Christmas time. I wish the game would get re-released like with the second game. I never got to play that. Poké Park 2, I think it's called, Beyond World or something, it was released during the same time as Black and White. I wish those two games will get re-releases for the Nintendo Switch, like one day, hopefully. I don't think so, but like, anything is possible, especially nowadays where Nintendo's like, yo, we know the Wii U was a failure, but damn it, we had good games on that, and we're not gonna let it go to waste. I see a lot of people say that, oh, it's such a cheap tactic Nintendo does, but like I think it just gives another chance to so many games that never had the time to shine because it was on the Nintendo Wii U. Like good examples being Tokyo Mirage Session, or what was that other game that was released? Donkey Kong Country 2 Tropical Thing or something? I don't remember. I never played that game. But it gives those games a second chance to be good. And then I realized if I don't have a specific topic, like I thought I can make just one podcast talking about what's been happening that week, but like, yeah, I don't think I can do that alone. I just think it's possible. But I've also been watching a lot of TV shows because what I do in the army, since I have my gun problem, I can only do one duty. And I'm going to disclose what I do because I doubt that anyone can use it, but it's radar duty. I am in the Navy after all. And I do radar crap. Like look at the boats and stuff, very boring, and there's mostly nothing to do. So I've been watching a lot of TV shows. Like I've been watching two, and that's been Brooklyn Nine-Nine, absolutely hilarious. And it's like 12 o'clock at night, the Sarge will be sleeping in the next room, and I'll just be awake, not making sure not to laugh my ass off so I don't wake him up. But I've been also watching this game show called Strong. I have no idea what the hell it's about. Like it's like exercising, and there's 10 competition trainers, male, really good at it, and there's like 10 women who are not good at exercise. It's such a weird game show, and I watched only 2 episodes of it so far, and it's like, it's pretty good. Every episode somehow makes me cry a little bit. It's like, you might think, oh, because the game show is that good, showing emotion. No, I cry easily, and it's like, I'm not ashamed of it. It's like, even when I get sick as well, my emotion goes to overdrive, and I cry for absolutely any reason. Like I remember I was sick really badly one day, and my mom was like helping me cope with it, helping me relax just to get better. Helping me get better, there you go, that's what I said. And she opened the AC to make it cold because I was burning as fuck. And then I started crying because it was too loud. So anyway, like, yeah, that's just, this whole story is about me crying easily. I was like, which is not I'm not ashamed of it. It's like, I cry when I need to cry. Especially on Reddit. Every time I go on to r/, made me smile or wholesome meme is like, yep, there's like this post about an old person. It just makes me cry, and it doesn't help us. Like it's always like it just happens, and I'll be talking with someone just fine. The next thing you know, I'll be tearing up a bit, and one single tear going. I was like, "What's wrong?" And it's like, "There's this adorable dog video." So yeah, I'm just an emotional person. It doesn't help that I also get annoying I don't know what I'm even saying anymore. It's like, oh god, it doesn't help that it's like the 26th of September I'm recording this, and it's still really hot. I'm waiting for winter. I'm not that sort of person that prefers winter over summer. I'm actually one who prefers all the weathers. Like I don't really care which one it is, either be a summertime or winter time. I think both of them have their really good moments. Like with summertime, it's like it gives me a good excuse to dress up as a slut. Like just having a button down, unbuttoned, what you call this, t-shirt, tux or whatever, and just wearing short shorts. Like yeah, I could look like a slut, but no one's gonna say anything because it's a hot day. But in winter time, I can wear an absolutely adorable attire and be warm as fuck, and I love it. Speaking of enjoying outfit, like my blue navy suit, those pants and boots look great together, and it's like even once I'm done with the navy, I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna wear it at some point because like I like it. It makes me look fashionable. Speaking of looking fashionable, I remember during my last year of school, it's like I'm not a person that tries to be fashionable. It's like I'm a person who tries to look decent every day, especially for school, because like I'm not gonna dress up for school. That's just insane. And I remember I own a lot of oversized t-shirts because I like how fluffy and nice they feel. But I always make sure the button to put the bottom side of the t-shirt underneath the pants, like tuck them in, because it will look like I'm wearing a dress. And I will always wear a nice belt around it to make it look nice. And and the first week I've done that, like in the beginning week, I was the only one that's doing it. But then after the first week, I saw multiple other dudes doing the same thing, and I'm like, I'm really good at starting a trend, and I'm not taking credit for it, but I am. And it also didn't help the fact that I was the only one with really long hair. And then, like, so you notice there's a lot of other guys with long hair. So, like, I'm not saying I'm starting a trend at school, but I did. Also, I was the first one that started bringing consoles over to school. Like, I hear stories from Americans, like everywhere else in the world, talking about like, oh, when I used to bring my DS to school, but like where I'm from, that's never a thing. It's not even a bad thing, actually. Like you can do it, but no one ever does it, and I did it. And I remember a lot of people were making fun of me. They from where I'm from, people think they're so smart when they talk behind their back. They are not. I'm saying that much. But then I remember I started doing it. And then everyone else started doing it, and like a lot of people compared to the other two I listed. I was like, I noticed a lot of other people bringing their Vitas, no, not Vitas, their PSP, weirdly enough, and their 3DS is cool. I was like, I'm starting something here. Oh god, I should stop drinking. Oh yeah, it may sound like as though I'm gonna cut it off here. This is a mess. This is like the not a third podcast. It's like the third one, not in a row. It's like the previous one was actually decent, but I guess that's because I had a fucking guess. But those other two, 10 and 9, they're an absolutely mess because like, yeah, when I don't have a topic in mind, I am not well in the head. Anyway, hopefully next week I will have a topic in mind. I probably do. I could have went on for 20 minutes talking about how good Hat in Time is, especially the soundtrack and characters. But I'm gonna save that for next week because I want to do the DLC. Anyway, if you need to fucking take something out of this podcast, play Hat in Time. That's an amazing game. A great game. A really good game. Or you can also play Final Fantasy 15, which is an amazing game. Or my favorite game of all time. I decided I'm going to talk about my favorite game of all time next week. And I doubt I will ever get any views on that because like you can see it in the view drops, like, oh yeah, you can tell which one gets more views than the others. Like, oh, when I talk about a racing game like Kingdom Hearts 3, that gets a little bit more views. But when I talk about Professor Layton, a series that has not been updating at all for a while, yeah, that got nothing. Anyway, thank you for listening to this week's podcast. Next week, I hope to God it's so much better. If not, I'll just bring my fucking guest again. Anyway, farewell and have a good week.